What's up, you guys? I'm Ryland Adams, and you are back at MaximoTV. Today, we are at the Beverly Hilton Hotel at the 12th Annual Inspiration Awards, and we're talking to all of the stars on the red carpet. Check it out. Have you been to this event before?
I think a long time ago I actually was here, and I was so excited to be part of it again because women's advocacy is something that I obviously care about as a woman. And for me, I'm an actor, but I really cared about higher education. It was really important to me, and I was always told that the expectation in my family was that I would go to college. And that's obvious in some communities, but in a lot of the underserved communities that Step Up is focusing on, the dropout rate in most of these schools is almost half. And a girl, a young lady who doesn't go to college is 2.5 times more likely to become unemployed later in life, which is it's catastrophic. And so this cycle of poverty goes on. But what I love about Step Up is that the mentorships expose women, these young women, to careers that aren't advertised anymore, that aren't celebrated anymore in our stupid, stupid society. Our society that celebrates actors and, God help us, reality TV stars and sports figures. And I'm not saying, oh, you shouldn't want to be an actor, but human beings have such potential, and to forget that filling your mind and your heart and pursuing a career that truly stimulates you intellectually and emotionally, whether you're working for a social justice organization or you're a jewelry designer or you love math and you become an accountant or a lawyer, all these jobs that people used to talk about but they don't talk about anymore, those jobs are remembered by Step Up. And these young women are introduced to that, and they have 100% high school graduation rate, and they have full college matriculation for these women. So they're going from these underserved populations into a totally new life and changing the lives of those around them as well. And so it's really important, the work they do, and I really, really believe in it, and I think it's helping change our whole culture. So,
can you give us any insight on Silicon Valley as well?
Well, Silicon Valley, we're not going to be going back to work for a few months now, so we have a nice summer break. But I think as people see the next couple episodes, they may grow a little frustrated with my character, who becomes problematic. But you know, she does operate very much from her mind and not from her heart, and she makes some pretty brutal decisions. I think people are going to be excited to see what happens. It's a roller coaster for the poor guys at Pied Piper. I mean, dude, nothing ever goes well for Pied Piper. They dream big, but they just, you know, I think part of it is because Richard just has such a good heart that he just, I mean, the last episode was just hilarious. I'm like, stop, just stop, stop, stop.
What's the funniest on set, like behind the scenes?
That's really a hard call. I mean, obviously TJ is insane, and he's also just this big puppy dog, and he does improv all the time. But, you know, Martin's dry, undercutting sense of humor is true offstage as well. And Kumail's face at rest. I mean, Kumail, I just look at Kumail and I start laughing. And Zach is a genius. Zach is a genius. And Thomas is he's quiet, he's incredibly funny, you know, because he really is doing an incredibly difficult thing. I love his work on Silicon Valley. I think he's masterful because he supplies the emotional journey for the entire show, but he's also funny. So he's doing something that goes back to a very old comedic tradition, but he's able to supply heart and comedy simultaneously, like Stan Laurel. I mean, he's unbelievable, really. I really think he's a genius. They're all amazing. I'm the luckiest girl in the world to work with these guys.
And then I'll let you go after this, but since it is the Inspiration Awards, what would you say to like young girls or guys that want to break into your field of work? What would you tell them to do?
Well, I would say don't forget about an education, because the kind of, hey, I'm cute and look at my figure only goes so far. I was classically trained. I got my master's degree. I've been on Broadway and done Shakespeare. Don't forget that becoming an actor is about being your authentic self, which I think Lena Dunham really, really taught us. She showed it doesn't matter how you look. It's about being comfortable in who you are. And if you're spending all your time trying to be somebody else, you will fail. But if you can find a way to authentically become yourself and allow that self to express itself to the world, people find that very charming. So yeah, it's a heck of have a backup career.
Well, thanks so much. Have a good one.